Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to cook japchae. And the first thing that we are going to do is to marinate the bulgogi meat for our recipe. It's a sliced beef. I already have the beef here that I bought. It is a slice for supposed to be can use for the shabu shabu, but then I'm going to use it for my japchae. So first is 2 to 3 cloves of garlic minced, a tablespoon of brown sugar, a tablespoon of the sesame oil, and also about 2 to 3 tablespoons of the soy sauce. And here's the meat that I'm talking about. It is roughly about 1.5 pounds. And I'm going to just like thinly slice for the meat for my japchae. The recipe or the ingredients that I'm using is also the recipe or the ingredients for the bulgogi, if you know what I'm talking about. And I'm sure you do. Just combining all the ingredients and marinate for about 30 to 1 hour depending. You can marinate it a day or before a day. It is nice too. It is more tastier and it's better and it's tender when you marinate it longer. I often do marinate a bunch and stock it in the fridge for later cooking. Now let's prepare for the vegetable. I have bok choy here. You can use all kinds of green in this cooking. This is very famous Korean dish even here in the United States or even worldwide. And as you can see here, I am preparing all the vegetable. I use 1 whole big carrots in a julienne slice. You can mix all kinds of vegetable depending in the availability in your area. I have a lot of vegetable ingredients in this cooking because I am going to cook a 1 bag or 1 pack of the noodles. They call it sweet potato glass noodles. I am going to cook a pound of the sweet potato glass noodles. So as we know, the process of the cooking is to gather all the ingredients first. 1 whole julienne slice of the pepper. You can use the green, you can use the yellow, you can use the orange. It's up to you. So every time we have the party, I always cook this dish and I always introduce it to a friend. This dish is very delicious and this one of my favorite Korean dish. Then now we're going to slice a spring onion. You can slice it the way you want it. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it is up to you. I just imagine the aroma of this green onion in my japchae and it makes me hungry already. I can't wait. This is so delicious dish, I promise to you. Then now we're going to slice a 1 whole big white onion. You can use also the yellow onion. I'm not sure what is the taste like for the red onion. Maybe you can use it too. Here is the first vegetable that we slice. Okay, next is we are going to boil a water for our noodles. Okay, now how to imagine how much noodles that you are going to cook depending in the size, but make sure that your noodles are soaked up with the water. Let's recap. The vegetable that we are going to mix is the carrots, the green onion, the onion bell pepper, mushroom, and the bok choy. That's all the ingredients that we're going to mix with our japchae. Oh, before I forgot, I also mix with this spinach. I like lots of greens and I have available spinach. Actually, spinach is good also with the japchae, but I also like the bok choy, so I mix both. The next recipe is the eggs. I have 2 eggs here. You can use more if you want. You can use the yellow egg also, but then I don't want to waste the white, so I use both. I use the egg white too. Now we're going to turn on the stove and heat the pan for the sauteing for vegetable and then the other ingredients for the cooking. Now we're going to cook the egg first. Some people only use the egg yolk. I think the color of the yolk added the colorfulness of the cooking. Now I'm going to add a teaspoon of rice vinegar. If you have mirin, you can use that also. But this is optional. These are the one that used for sushi. I'm just gonna add a little bit because I want it to have a taste on my egg. And about a teaspoon of the sesame oil. The aroma and also the oil help for the egg not to stick in the pan when you cook it. Okay, the pan, I think it's hot. It's now time to cook our egg. Put some oil and you can see it is smoking. Now it is ready for the egg to cook. Just spread the egg all over the pan so we can have the thin layer of the egg. It doesn't take time to flip it. It does not perfect, but that is fine. We are going to thinly slice it after we're done cooking. Now let's slice it and then we'll transfer it to the bowl that we're going to mix all the ingredients later on. Now I have a big pan here. This is where I'm going to add the egg first and all the ingredients once it's done cooking, because we are going to mix all these ingredients after we're done cooking later on. Okay, in a clean pan, add a tablespoon of the sesame oil and we're going to saute the onion first. Okay, in this cooking, the onion and the vegetable, we don't need to caramelize them. We only need is to toast them like half cooked and like, a little bit brown on the sides and also in the high heat. And as you can see here, that's how you cook and or toast your onion and the vegetable. And then we're going to add some of salt, like about a teaspoon, a pinch of salt, not a teaspoon, because we're going to add a salt also for other vegetable. And keep mixing so it cooks evenly. Okay, so I guess it is about time to transfer to the bowl. That's it. That's how it's easy to cook. Okay, next is to add another oil in the cooking. It is just regular oil. You don't need to be, it doesn't need to be the olive oil. And then we're going to add now, it's time for our carrots. I just mentioned the olive oil. I mean, it's just a regular oil, not the sesame oil. And the way we cook the onion, that's how we cook the carrots also. It doesn't need to be overcooked, but it's just a half cook, a crunchy, crispy, and it will cook more once you transfer. Okay, so I decided to have a drop of the sesame oil. I think I like it when I taste the carrots with some sesame taste on it. And it's now about to be done. We are going to add the sliced bell pepper in the carrots. You can cook the bell pepper separately, but I just decided to cook the bell pepper mixed with the carrots. It doesn't matter, they both red, and the bell pepper don't need to be overly cooked also, because once you overly cook it, it becomes saggy and also watery. So that it is fine if you mix it with the carrots. Now we're going to transfer it to the bowl together with the onion. Okay, the next cooking is the mushroom. We're going to add a drop of the oil in the pan, and then we're going to saute the mushroom. This is fast. We're just going to cook it in a high heat, and we're going to transfer it. We're not going to wait until it becomes liquidy. Now we're going to drizzle a pinch of salt in the mushroom so they have the taste. On the side of the stove, I have the water. Now it is ready for my glass noodles or my sweet potato noodles, and I just drop it and cover it and wait until it boils, and just keep testing. When it is become elastic, then it's ready. And as you can see here, I have this side to side cooking. It is dinner time and I need to get ready before it's time for the table. Let's add to the cooked ingredients into the bowl. My noodles is cooked and ready. Now we are rinsing it with cold water and drain well before we mix it or we add it to the ingredients. And take note that when you cook the noodles, you always look for the process or descriptions of how to cook it and how long you cook it. And that way it is easier for you, especially if you are first time that you are going to cook these noodles or this recipe. Now it is time for the last vegetable, and this is the mix of spinach and the bok choy. This is also fast cooking. As soon as it's changed the color to a dark green, we're going to transfer it to the bowl. We are not going to wait until it's become liquidy, and because I don't want your pasta or noodles or your mixtures to become a liquidy also. Again, I added a pinch of salt and the greens. And it's about to be done. We are going to put it in a drainer or strainer before we mix it to our mixing bowl, because just to make sure that the liquid will drain. And the finale, the meat, and I can't wait. We're almost about to be done cooking. Now, in a high heat with the oil, let's add the beef and saute it, mix it until it's completely cooked. I can smell the aroma. It is so good. It's a bulgogi smell. The toast of the garlic and the sesame oil and the soy sauce and the sugar caramelize it together. It's so good. Perfectly. Perfectly, amazingly, so smell good. It is so good, believe me. While we are waiting for our meat to get done, we are now going to add the noodles to the mixtures. Since the noodles are long, we are going to cut it the way it's easier for us to mix it with the other ingredients. For some reason, it is hard to cut when it is raw. So the best way to cut it is once it's cooked, once it's done cooked, because the raw is very tough. And it's almost done. I can't wait. The finale, or at least one of the finale, is the sesame oil. Let's add about 3 tablespoons of the sesame oil. I love sesame oil in my japchae. And about 3 tablespoons of the soy sauce. You can add more if you want a taste or less salt or more salt. You can add more. It depends on your taste. Now, here you go. I want my japchae a little bit bite of the sweetness. So I added a tablespoon of the oyster sauce. Now we're going to combining these all ingredients and then the meat and the egg, and it's time for the tummy happy. Are you ready? Are you ready to draw? Look at that. Look at the smoke. The smoke straight to my nostril, and I can't wait. I can't wait. It is so smell good already. Believe me. You must try this. You must try this. Just keep mixing, spreading until it's combining well, and it's time for the dinner. I should have the big bowl, didn't I? And while we are mixing it, if you like my video, please subscribe, likes, and leave the comment below. And it is free, and I will be happy as your friend. Thank you so much. So everyone, let's come and join with me with my dinner. And as always, thank you for watching. And if you are here, I am happy to be with you in my dinner. And I truly appreciate your time and effort for watching my video. Thank you so much and have a great dinner. And hey, this is a secret. You know what I did? Instead of the roasted sesame seeds, I drizzle it with the everything but bagel seasoning. It has the seeds, salt, and a mixture of the sesame in it, white, brown, and the black sesame. And it's so good, so perfectly good. And here is my first plate.